Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And a little bit different than yesterday. Yesterday, lots of blue sky and sunshine. Today, filtered sunshine, mostly cloudy skies throughout most of north central Washington today. We'll talk about why we saw some clouds a little bit later on, but still temperatures better than what we've seen. A lot cooler than yesterday's high of 47 degrees, but still all in all not a bad day as we look down the Columbia River back at Turtle Rock from our Orondo Rock Sky-Fi Tower camera. And as we move on through the week and into the weekend, we are warming up, folks, and that means snow melt. We will see small streams and rivers really rise over the next 5 to 6 days. Might see some ice jams out there. The big thing, keep those water, the storm drains and manhole covers clear so water has an easy pathway to drain when it does start melting, and we are going to see a lot of that from now all the way through next week. We'll talk much more about your weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The fire that destroyed a Bluebird storage facility in Peshastin back on March 3rd apparently started outside the building. Grant County's Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team arrested 2 Moses Lake residents yesterday as part of an investigation into cocaine sales. And Washington State is closer to setting new vehicle fuel standards to address climate change. But first, we begin tonight. A motorhome fire along Lakeshore Drive in Chelan sent up a big plume of smoke about 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, but firefighters were quickly able to contain the blaze. Chelan Fire and Rescue Chief Tim Lemon said the 1970s-era Dodge motorhome was completely destroyed in the fire, but there were no injuries and no other vehicles or structures that were damaged. The cause remains under investigation. Fire also destroyed a recreational vehicle next to an Ephrata home yesterday afternoon. The fire was reported in the 3 o'clock hour next to a residence at the Wagon Wheel Motorhome Park. Officials say a fast response by city fire crews prevented the fire from extending to the home or nearby vehicles. A small heater was placed in the RV earlier in the morning and is now the only known possible ignition source. According to Bob Plum, the Chelan County Fire Marshal, the fire that destroyed a Bluebird storage facility in Peshastin on March 3rd started outside the building. He said the fire's origin was traced to an area where pallets of cardboard and other combustible materials were stored under an awning. Plum said it may have been ignited by a light, but investigators still have not ruled out the possibility of arson. Destroyed inside the 36,000 square foot building were 250,000 boxes of packed pears worth about $9 million. The building itself is valued at about $8 million. The fire continues to smolder with occasional flare-ups and will be torn down in the next 2 weeks. Plum said the north wall of the building is unstable and the public is advised to stay away due to the possibility of collapse. Grant County's Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team, or INET, arrested 2 Moses Lake residents yesterday as part of an investigation into cocaine sales. 32-year-old Jose P. Solis and 34-year-old Carolyn Fithen were arrested when INET detectives served a search warrant at a home in the 3000 block of Lee Drive Northeast. Investigators seized cocaine, digital scales, packaging materials, methamphetamine paraphernalia, cash, and a semi-automatic handgun. Solis is in custody on suspicion of delivery of cocaine. Fithen was arrested for felon in possession of a firearm. Additional charges are pending review by the county prosecutor. Washington State is closer to setting new vehicle fuel standards to address climate change with action taken by the House of Representatives this week. Following an emotional floor debate, the House passed a measure that would require fuel producers and importers to reduce greenhouse gas emissions associated with gasoline and other transportation fuels. The bill directs the Department of Ecology to adopt a clean fuels program similar to ones in California and Oregon. Supporters argue it's badly needed.
What is crippling to this state, what is expensive to this state, and what is hurting our families. And I'll tell you, it's pollution that is literally killing people in the state of Washington. And that's why we have to vote yes on this bill, Mr. Speaker.
The measure would require fuel producers to reduce the carbon emissions associated with their products 10% below 2017 levels by 2028 and 20% below 2017 levels by the year 2035. Opponents argue that poor forest management is a bigger risk to the environment.
We know what the greatest thing we could do to reduce greenhouse gases in Washington State is, and that is manage our forests better, period, end of story. 8 to 10 million tons of CO2 released every year from catastrophic wildfires. Just 1 year would do more than the plan that is proposed over 10. That's real solutions that keep union jobs in Washington State, our families whole, and our economy whole. That's why we have to vote this down. Thank you.
The measure passed on a 53-43 vote on Friday night and now heads to the Senate for consideration. The program would begin by January 1st of 2021. Coming up next, inventories remain low, median sales price remains high, and average sales prices remain steady in the latest Wenatchee real estate snapshot. A heads up tonight for you folks in the Chelan area. Next week, work will kick off for the final phase of the Wooden Avenue Bridge project, and we'll have our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I got into medicine because I love it. I have always had this love of the ideal of the family medical provider. I really, really enjoy those kind of visits where it's not a specific problem so much as it is talking about ways to live a healthier, happier life. I'm excited to play a role in the health and wellness of everyone in the Wenatchee Valley. I look forward to seeing you at CVCH.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back. In another news, inventory remains low, median sales price remains high, and average sales price remains steady. That's the latest word from Pacific Appraisal and Associates regarding the real estate snapshot for February in the Wenatchee market. Active home listings in the Wenatchee area in February was at 111. That's down 14% from last month and 10% from last year when active home listings was at 123. The median sales price of a home continues to rise in the Wenatchee market, now at $338,000. That's a 10% increase over last year's median price of $306,375. The good news is the average sales price of a home has remained steady between $346,000 in 2018 to $348,000 in February of this year. Well, a heads up tonight for you folks in the Chelan area. Next week, work will kick off for the final phase of the Wooden Avenue Bridge project. Over the next couple of months, contractors plan to remove existing curbs and sidewalks from the bridge towards downtown, work on stormwater improvements, and start construction on the landing park. There are no bridge closures anticipated, only short stops in traffic to allow equipment and trucks in and out of the work areas. Pedestrian access continues to remain open at all times, with bicyclists using the same area to cross. For safety, bicyclists are asked to walk their bikes due to the limited space and compromised condition of the roadway. Nearly all aspects of the project are expected to be completed before Memorial Day weekend, which is the end of May. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Tormund the cat.
Here with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and this week we are at Firehouse Pet Shop, and our pet of the week this week is Tormund. Can you tell us about Tormund?
So Tormund is a great cat. He's about 2 years old. He is playful as a kitten. He loves to play. He loves all toys that we've found so far, but he's also a lap cat. He's pretty snuggly. In traditional cat fashion, though, he does let you know when he is done being loved or when he wants more. So he'll probably kind of be best in a home that doesn't have small children.
Okay. And how does he get along with other cats?
Well, so far, if you've ever been to Firehouse before, I know you have, but maybe some of the viewers haven't.
Are you done?
They have a resident cat named Mr. Kerman, and at first Tormund and Tormund growled a little bit, but now they're long, fast best friends. They snuggle together, so I think slowly introducing him to a resident cat would probably be okay. I'm not sure about dogs. Yeah, I think overall he'd probably be best in a quieter home with older children or adults only. And somebody who just wants a cat that's going to hang out with them and play with them when he wants to and just be a good sidekick for you.
All right, and if someone wants to adopt him, what should they do?
Well, they should come down to Firehouse. He is in their search and rescue room, which is in the back, located in the back of the store. Get to know him, see if he's a good fit for them, and then they can come down to the shelter, fill out his adoption paperwork, and take him home.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, we continue our series on the Chelan County Drug Court from this week's NCWLIFE magazine with Caitlin Hedersheet.
So, Dylan. Hello. You're doing well. Thank you. You're doing great.
My name's Jerome Dillon. I have lived here since I moved up here when I was about 2, raised here my whole life. I've been battling addiction for a long time, since I was like 16, 15. I've never even heard about it before. I guess it's been in other counties and stuff, but I'm the second person on it here. A lot of other routes, they just, you get in trouble, they put you in jail. Drug court, it seems more like they try to help you more. That's what I was saying. They treat you more like a person. Like, we're not all horrible people. Like, we're not just all criminals. Like, they actually look at the person. Like, what are you struggling with? What's in, I mean, like I was saying, they gave me stuff for my kids. Like, my kids in the right world, that's what I'm working on right now. Like, they look at each individual person. We have one of the other guys who has diabetes, and like one of his homework assignments were do a food journal to help him watch what he eats. Like, I've had assignments, like, I needed to go, I shake all the time. It's intense tremors, but I mean, I was worried about it before drug court, and I've been worried. I've had it my whole life. And one of my assignments, one of my things, where you need to go get it checked out. Like, they actually, they look at the person and they just want to help. Like, really, it seems. I've changed immensely since drug court. I've been in and out of jail. I've been in there long enough to get a clear mind. And I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son, and I've always gotten out and been like, okay, like, I need to stay clean, I need to stay sober, like, I need to do this for my kids, like, and I've ended up back in jail every time, so something wasn't working, and it's working this time. I'm working towards getting my license back. I'm working towards getting my own place. My kids were taken. I was supposed to have my rights terminated in December, but since I've gone on drug court, I've turned my life around 100%, and they see that, and I'm working on getting my kids back. I've lived here all my life, and I've hated here, but I haven't opened my eyes. Like, my mind's been fogged up, so I get a little recovery in me and open my eyes, and beautiful place and plenty of stuff to do, and I love life. I mean, I wake up every day happy, and I don't have my kids, I don't have a license, I don't have my own place, but I'm grateful for what I do have. I'm grateful I can open my eyes every day. Yeah, life's good.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to those details, let's take a look right outside our weather window back at Turtle Rock. That's looking from our Sky-Fi tower camera at Orondo. And look at that clear Columbia River today. Calm winds out there, but with the cloudiness, it did keep our temperatures down today. We thought we might get to 40, just didn't happen. 37, our unofficial high today. 53 is where we should be for this time of year. 27 is where we started our day, and 34 is the normal low temperature. 70 degrees, our record high just a few years ago in 2015. Record low from that very cold year of 1969 at 22 degrees. Sunrise 7:16, and the sun will set tonight at 7:05. Let's take a look now what we can expect over the next 6 days. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We are seeing a large area of low pressure just off the coast. At the same time, an area of high pressure is sliding up the coast, keeping this storm system at bay, but it may throw a few clouds our direction tonight and may even create a little bit of patchy fog that you might have to deal with tomorrow morning, because we will see a little bit of that freezing fog in the morning. Our skies, though, by the afternoon will become partly cloudy. This system, boy, it's begrudgingly moving to the south, but it wants to head our way. But high pressure is so strong over the Intermountain West, it's going to keep most of those clouds away. Saturday and our weekend, the gray area, foggy conditions, so that will keep our skies mostly cloudy on Saturday. And then, boy, will weather ever change for us on Sunday. High pressure firmly in control. You can see it right here almost to the Spokane area. Mostly sunny skies and much warmer temperatures. We'll see a warm up on Monday too. Maybe a little bit of early morning fog. And then look at that. Lots of sunshine for our Monday. Temperatures in the 50s. We'll see the same thing for Tuesday with sunny skies, warmer temperatures, and just very nice weather. Same goes as we head to the middle of the week week on Wednesday. A few more clouds may move up from the south, but that's mainly fog. As I mentioned earlier, we will see normal temperatures for this time of the year, and we haven't talked about that in a long time. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. 25 our overnight low tomorrow, 42 for your Friday high. Pretty nice for the weekend, all the way up to 51 by Sunday. And look at all the 50s. 50 on Monday, 54 on Tuesday, and 52 your high temperature on Wednesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. We're going to get to Husky basketball coming up in just a moment. First of all, there's only one local game that survived our snow schedule upheaval, and that would be a Wenatchee C-Team soccer game against the Pateros varsity tonight at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. It starts at 6 o'clock. Any other softball, soccer, tennis, or outdoor sports that was scheduled for today has been either postponed or canceled altogether. Well, the Wenatchee Wild continue preparing for the next step of the chase for the Fred Page Cup. Wenatchee's hosting Cowichan Valley in the second round of the BCHL playoffs for Game 1 tomorrow night and Game 2 Saturday. The two teams played only twice during the regular season. Wenatchee won convincingly at home by a score of 8-1 and on the road at the Island Savings Center 4-3 in overtime. Voice of the Wild, Arch Eckert, will be our guest to preview the series tomorrow morning right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, speaking of the Wild, it's hockey night tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, as we do every Thursday night. Tonight we're featuring last Sunday's Game 6 between Wenatchee and West Kelowna. This was a must-win game for the Wild after falling behind in the series 3-2. Arch Eckert had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Bangs it down low for Souter. Souter up high to Sasaki. He shoots. Save. Rebound. Score! Lucas Souter tapping home the rebound. The high rising shot. Hopkins stopped it initially, but as the rebound fell in front, Lucas Souter was right there to tap it home. Oh, a shot and a score right off the draw. They won it back to head over to Chorney, and Chorney unloaded from the midpoint. Now played by Arnold as he stole it away. He's in behind, 2-on-1. Gashevsky shoots and he scores! And off the draw, slapped at by Adams, rolls behind, and then driven ahead, and there's a breakaway pass for Cullen. He shoots and he scores. Oh, wait, no, says the referee. The ref says no. Puck shoveled along the near boards, played by Stratton, along for Souter. Souter over to Reifenberger, into the empty net. And there will be hockey. Oh, there's Cullen going to come and run in on the celebration.
Now you can watch the entire game in its entirety at 7 o'clock here on your exclusive television home for Wenatchee Wild Hockey NCW Life channel. Well, after being rained out Tuesday, the Mariners and Giants played a Cactus League game last night in Peoria, with Seattle coming out on top by a score of 8-4. Mariners broke open a tie game in the bottom of the 7th with 4 runs, highlighted by Braden Bishop's 2-run double.
Braden Bishop at the plate. Chance for the Mariners to open this one up a little bit more. This is clocked down the left field line. Fair ball by Fleming. This has been some kind of Cactus League for Braden Bishop, and it just continues tonight. 7-4 Mariners.
I know that there's been a couple of injuries, but he has really played well. You mentioned it, Aaron, and I think because of the injuries, he's earned his way onto this team, and with the way that he has played. Another solid line drive down into the corner. That's after a couple of drop-down sliders and that fastball, trying to get it on his hands, but able to shorten up the swing and get the barrel to it.
Great story of Washington Husky Braden Bishop. He'll be on the 30-man roster that heads for Japan today. Mariners will next play Saturday in the Tokyo Dome against the Yomiuri Giants at 8:05 Saturday night. Seattle will spend the next week in Japan preparing for their season opener next Wednesday and Thursday against Oakland. Well, the Washington State Cougars were knocked out of the Pac-12 tournament yesterday. Oregon had no trouble dispatching the Cougs 84-51. Now today, the Washington Huskies survived a scare from USC, but did advance to the semifinals of the Pac-12 tournament with a 78-75 victory. Washington led by the 24 points of Jalen Knoll, 18 from David Crisp. Washington will face the winner of Oregon State and Colorado tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Well, the Seahawks are making moves to solidify free agents with the re-signing of offensive guard DJ Fluker. In addition, Seattle picked up Mike Iupati from the Cardinals to replace J.R. Sweezy at left guard. Hawks are also keeping their linebacker tandem in Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright together. Team reportedly is re-signing Wright to a 2-year, $15.5 million deal. Seattle also extended a second-round tender off to backup tackle and tight end George Fant, which will pay the 26-year-old roughly $3.1 million over the next season. So Seahawks started out slow in free agency, but are picking up the pace. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
The NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go. Our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.